Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody had a good night last night. Mine was pretty rough. Did not put together very many good lineups. My cash lineup flopped. The lines were really low last night, too, which kind of annoyed me, but we'll just get back at it again today and hopefully make some better picks. So, we got a nice little 7 game slate here on Saturday, the 18th, and let's just hop right in. So, the first game we got is the Utah Orlando game. I think there's quite a few ways you can go with this game. I'm not sure if they're going to be super popular. I think they will. Rubio's out, so that's going to give a bump to a couple of these Utah players. I don't know. With Gordon and all these guys being really cheap, I'm definitely looking here. It's just against a bad Utah matchup because Utah just slows it down quite a bit. But 6,800 for Gordon. He's not been great at all, but he's definitely in a good, not a good spot, but with his price being that low, he could hit his value pretty easily if he's shooting well. I'm not going to advocate playing him, but if you're trying to be different, I could see a Utah-Orlando game stack being pretty good. Vucevic, he's okay. It's just not a great matchup for him either. Been pretty solid in his past few games. Also got a price decrease. So he's not terrible at that price, but I don't know if he's going to hit 35, 40 points tonight. Donovan Mitchell, I think, is getting too high, but he's worth a look on that team. Favors I don't like. Elf kind of in play. It's not a great matchup. I think Fournier in a pretty good spot at 6,100. He's just getting really cheap, and I know it's not a good matchup, but he'll see 30 minutes, so he's going to get his minutes, and if he can shoot three fairly well, he's going to hit his value. He only needs to do about 30 points, and he's got an opportunity to do that. I don't know that he will. He's not the safest play by any means, but I think he's in a good spot tonight, and I probably will look to run him at least in one or two lineups. I might throw him in cash if I figure out a good construction with him, but he's not been great lately, but I think he could have a pretty big game against this Jazz team. And other than that, I think Joe Ingles is in play. I'm not the biggest fan of this guy. He did okay last night. He doesn't shoot enough. If he would shoot the ball more, he could be a really good play, GPP and cash. I think he's probably in play in cash. I think he'll be maybe like 20% owned, so he's not safe, but he's not a bad play. He's cheap, and he is pretty much their best piece of Utah right now. So I think he's okay. Don't love the play, but I probably will go there in at least a few liners. I might throw him in cash. I've not decided yet. Other than that, we need to keep an eye on Rubio. If Rubio's out, then Ingles is definitely probably in play. I've not heard anything about for tonight's game. I don't think he's going to play, but I'm pretty sure Ingles is probably going to be at least somewhat popular. So let's move on to this Clippers-Charlotte game. Kemba Walker's been balling out lately. He's had some monster games. Last night he played amazing. 64 points. I don't expect that against the Clippers, especially on a back-to-back, but he's in play. He's impressed me. I watched a lot of that game last night. He looked really good. The Bulls actually hung with him too, is what helped him out, and nobody was on him at all. So Kemba's hit value in 4 games in a row. So if you like Kemba, he's definitely in play. 7,700 is not my favorite salary for him, but he's shooting the ball quite a bit, and I think he's gonna. And for a decent game against Clippers team, if Bev's out, then I like him a little bit more. But we need to wait on if he's out or not. Doubtful yesterday, didn't play. I don't know if he'll be in or not. I don't think he's going to play, but definitely keep an eye on that. If he's out, I like Kemba quite a bit more. Dwight Howard I also like. 6,800 is not a high price for him, but he's not been shooting a whole lot, which kind of worries me. He hasn't put up many points in the past 3 games. He's in play. I don't love him, but this is a pretty good spot for him. The Clippers aren't great at defending centers, so I think he's in a decent spot. Got Lou Williams. He was not good at all last night. Couldn't shoot. Don't love him, but he was ultra popular last night. Price keeps rising. I don't think I'm looking to go there. He probably could have a big game, but I don't know. He's probably still going to get buyers at 6,800, but I think there's better plays out there. He's getting too high for my liking, especially not. I mean, he gets his minutes, but I really just don't know. He did not play well last night. Okay, DeAndre Jordan had a big game last night. I think he's in play. Be up against Howard, who I don't love it, but he had a monster game last night, so people might be chasing after him. 6,600 is not a bad price tag at all for him, but he's got a really low floor. He has that 50-point potential, though, so if you like DeAndre Jordan, plug him in there. I didn't talk about Blake Griffin, but I don't like him at all at 8,900, so I just skipped over him. Don't like Austin Rivers. I've never been a fan. Batum had a pretty good game 3 nights ago. He didn't do well last night, but in his first game back, he played pretty well. His price also jumped up a ton. I didn't realize he jumped up to 6,300, so yeah, I'm probably not looking to go there at that price. Jerry Lamb, not really going to get his minutes since Batum's back. Same with Kid Gilchrist. Kaminsky, nah. I really don't like any of these cheaper guys. I mean, Malik Monk's been okay. Cody Zeller's been okay. I just don't love him. Juwan Evans has been playing a little bit. I don't think he's worth a look, but he's had one good game and the rest have been bad. So, yeah, he's really not somewhere you're looking to go, but he's got a few minutes in a couple of these games. Okay, that's what I got for this game. There's not a whole lot I like here. I like me some Kemba Walker, at least some, and I think Dwight and DeAndre are both in play, maybe Lou. Boston Lane, I think this is a game where there's quite a few guys I like. Al Horford's in a good spot. 7,400 is about where he should be priced at. He's just consistent. He's definitely cash only. I wouldn't throw him in GPP just because he's not going to put up 50 many games ever. He's locked in for about 35, 40 most nights. So I like him quite a bit. He gets his minutes. He shoots pretty well. He always puts them in from down low, and he gets his rebounds. So if he's doing that, he's going to put up the numbers you want from him. So Horford's a good safe play tonight, I think, in cash for about 35, 40 points. Kyrie, don't love him at 8,500, but he has potential to put up those points. He just really hasn't been doing it this year, so I just don't like him at the price. Dennis Schroeder I like a lot. He's one of my favorite plays tonight. He's got a good matchup against this Boston team. He's been playing pretty well lately, and I think he's in for about a 35, 40-point game. He's definitely got the potential to do it. I'm probably actually going to go here in cash. I'm not decided yet. He definitely get me some runs in GPPs for me. Schroeder's been really, really good lately, and I think he's in a matchup where he's going to want to beat this Celtics team, so I like him quite a bit. We got Jaylen Brown coming off a monster game a couple nights ago. Put up 40 DraftKings. He's been very consistent as well. If you like Jaylen Brown, he's had one bad game, and the rest he's been close, if not hitting value. A little under in most of them, but pretty close to value. So Jaylen Brown's in play if you like him. He could be in for another big game. I probably don't go there in cash, but if you like him, you can definitely plug him in there. Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, not the biggest fans. Marcus Smart I liked earlier in the season when he was a little cheaper, but he actually has been getting a lot of minutes, so if you like him, you can throw him in there. Not been shooting particularly well at all, though. 5,600, you need him to put up at least like 28, but he has the potential to do it. He's just not shooting well, so I don't know if I go there. He's the best shooting in the past 5 games is 300, so it's pretty bad. Kent Bazemore, not a great matchup, but he's pretty cheap and pretty consistent most nights. Seems like he has like a 40-point night and a 20-point night. At 5,200 though, pretty good price for him. It's not a awesome matchup at all, but he's in play. I don't love him because he burned me when I played him a couple nights ago, but he's okay. Dedmon coming off a monster game a couple nights ago. 55 points. It's ridiculous from that dude. And that's on 24 minutes. That's insane. I don't expect him to put up numbers like that ever again this season unless he plays more minutes. He is a good player. I liked him when he was with the Spurs. He didn't play much, but you can look at him. I don't love him, but he probably is starting now. I don't know who else would be starting over him. So, yeah, Dedmon's worth a look. I don't know how many minutes he'll get, but he played great the last time out, so he's in play. Marcus Morris is okay. 4,800 is not a bad price for one of the cheaper guys. I like him quite a bit. 4,800. He's been fairly good, 20, 25 points most games, but he's not like someone you're just having to roster. John Collins is okay. Don't love him. Don't hate him. 4,600 is a bit high, but you don't know who's going to see the minutes. If he's getting them, then he's probably in play. If not, then I like Dedmon better. And other than that, not a fan of these cheaper guys too much. So let's move on to this Golden State Philly game. I don't know about this one at all. I'm just worried about it blowing out. Embiid's 10K now. That's ridiculous. I mean, he's definitely in play, but shooting up 1,400 is just insane to me against a good team. So I don't love that at all, but I'm not going to go there at 10K. He definitely can hit the value for cash and GPP, but 10K for Embiid, he doesn't play enough to hit that most nights. I like him as a player, but I see him getting maybe 30 minutes tonight after he's had quite a few minutes the past few. And against a decent Golden State team, I don't think he's going to be hitting at 50 points too often. Not a huge fan of Durant at 9,600. Ben Simmons, same. 9,300 is a bit high for me for him. I mean, he could hit his value, but he keeps climbing, and this is a good defensive Golden State team, so I don't think that's the best spot for him. Don't really like Steph. Draymond, kind of in play. Don't love him. Clay, wouldn't go there in cash, but he's worth a look in GPP. Covington, probably not going there in cash either. He's been okay. Didn't shoot much in the last game against the Lakers. He really just got run off the court by his other teammates. But he gets his minutes. He's in play. I like Covington quite a bit as a player, but 6,300 is a bit high. If he's shooting well, though, and he's getting the ball and actually shooting, then I do think he's a pretty good play. I probably wouldn't go there in cash. I'd probably stick to GPP only for him. JJ, fine if you like him. Same with Sarge. Other than that, I'm not a big fan of this game. I don't think it's going to stay close. Houston, Memphis, this is going to be the chalky game. A lot of people are going to go with a lot of these guys. Harden, if you like him, he's in play. Memphis is a little slower team, but put up 60 in 3 straight, almost 60 in 4 straight. 58 against Memphis last time out. So he's in play if you like him. Definitely not. You don't have to fade him, but I'm not going to go there in cash, maybe in GPP. Gasol coming off a monster game. Like him. It's a good matchup if Conley's out, but I don't think you have to go there. But at 8,200, he's still right around where I'd want him to be. I'd like him if he was better at like 7,500 like he was, but Gasol's in play and he's probably going to be pretty popular. So if you like Gasol, definitely throw him in a cash lineup. Chris Paul, I'm not sure if he's still on restriction or not. Not sure if he will be or not, but I'm probably not going there until we see a little bit more. He played good to start, but probably not there yet. Tyreek Evans, lock him in. He's going to be in my cash in a lot of GPP lineups. He's going to be extremely popular. The dude's put up 40 in pretty much 4 straight. Just looked amazing. Shooting the ball really well. I think he's going to be one of the most popular guys on the slate, so definitely just lock him in your lineups. Here, look at Conley and see if he's going to be out. Yeah, he's out. Okay. So, definitely like Gasol, Evans. They're both going to be at good plays tonight, I think. Marc Gasol's been pretty solid. I might run him in cash. I've not decided yet. I'll have to see how the roster works out. Capella, I don't love him in this spot. He's not a bad play, though. He's been pretty consistent now that I'm looking at it. If you like Capella, go there. 6,700 is not a bad price for him. It's against a tough Memphis team, but you see he put up 38 against them like a week ago, so he's in a good spot. Well, not a good spot, but for his price, he's in a good spot. And he's been rather consistent now that I'm looking at it, so I like Capella quite a bit, actually. Okay, Eric Gordon, he's not been great. He's been pretty bad in the past couple. He's okay. 6K is a little cheaper for him, so do like the price decrease, but again, it's against a tough Memphis team that slows the pace down quite a bit. Ariza, probably not going there for me. Same with Ryan Anderson, had a big game 2 nights ago, I guess. 33.5 is pretty good for him. That's against a pretty weak Phoenix team, but he put up 25 against Memphis last time they played. So Anderson's in play if you like him. 4,400, not a bad cheaper guy. And then we get to Mario Chalmers. He's going to be ultra chalk, probably 80% owned in cash games. I think you just have to ride the chalk and play him. I don't love him. He's not in a great spot, but if Harden's guarding him, sure. I mean, you pretty much have to play him in cash. It's just too much risk fading him. I don't love him, but he's going to see 25 plus minutes. So lock him in your cash lineup. You pretty much have to have him. And that's pretty much all I've got for this. I don't like PJ Tucker or any of these other cheap guys. Not Lou Williams. Mario Chalmers is going to be popular. I don't love him, but there's just too much risk in fading him in cash. Okay, Milwaukee, Dallas. Giannis in play. I think it's going to be a blowout, so I don't love him. Middleton, I don't want to go there, but 6,700 is pretty cheap for him. He'll have some good games. He'll have some average games. He doesn't ever put up less than 20 very often, though. So he's got a decent floor. Use him in GPP if you like him. Bledsoe, not the biggest fan of him yet. I like him as a player. I just don't think he's found his stride with the team yet. He did have a big game, but I don't think he's there yet for 6,400. Maybe if you like him, play him, but definitely GPP only for me. Harrison Barnes, don't love his spot. He's in play. I mean, he's been pretty consistent. He's going to get you around his cash value, so if you like him, plug him in a cash lineup. Don't think he's in a great spot for GPPs, though. Dennis Smith had a bad game last night. He's very popular. I don't think he'll be as popular tonight, and I think he could have a nice little bounce-back game against this Milwaukee team. So I think he's in it. 6,200 is not a terrible price for him. I like him. Hopefully he can start shooting better. He just did not play well last night, so if he shoots a little better, makes some more shots, he can easily put up 30, 35. So he's in play. Not going Brogdon with Bledsoe there now. Same with Henson. Wesley Matthews actually looks really good last night and got quite a few minutes. So, well, he didn't put up many points actually, but he gets his minutes. So if you like Wesley Matthews at 4,400, you could do a lot worse. Wouldn't go there in cash, but he will have some big games like 38. You could play him in GPPs at 4,400. JJ sucked last night. Couldn't make anything. I used him in my cash lineup. I wish I didn't, but he sees about 20 minutes a game is what deters me from him. 4,300 is getting a little higher than I like. I wish he was down in the 39, 41 range because he doesn't see enough minutes to be too effective, and he's been shooting pretty bad lately. Dirk's actually been playing okay lately. He didn't have a huge game last night, but 25 on 4,200, pretty solid. Dirk's been not consistent, but he gets you around 25 most nights, so he's in play. If you like Dirk, I think he's a pretty good option tonight for a cheaper guy. Yogi Ferrell gets quite a few minutes too. Just dropped off in that game, but he doesn't ever put up too many points. That's why I don't like him. Nerlens won't see minutes. Devin Harris actually has been okay. 18 last night. 3,500, that's not a bad. He has the potential to put up quite a few points. He doesn't get a whole lot of minutes, but when he's out there, he looks pretty good. Other than that, not liking many of these cheap guys. Kleber started last night. I don't know why. He didn't do anything with it, but that's who started for him. I don't know why. I wouldn't go there. Okay, just move on to this other game. Sacramento, Portland. Dame, McCollum, both in play. Dame's starting to go down a little bit in price, which I like. He's been pretty good this past 4 games. I don't know if he hits value every night, and especially against a Sacramento team that likely will get blown out. But he's in play. McCollum, 7,100 is not a bad price for him either. He can hit that some nights. He's not been amazing, but he's been consistent at least. I wish his price tag was down like 6,500 region, but yeah, I like McCollum some. He's in play. He's been shooting pretty well. Nurkic, kind of in play. It's a good matchup for him. I just don't think they're going to see enough time to be too effective. Zach Randolph, I don't know what's going on with this guy. He didn't play. I had him last night. He didn't play hardly at all. Looked absolutely terrible, so wouldn't go there. Maybe he gets his minutes back, but he only played 14 minutes, so I don't know what happened. De'Aaron Fox, on the other hand, looked really good last night. I mean, his DraftKings score doesn't really show up, but he looked good. He was shooting the ball pretty well and distributing. Got kind of unlucky. He didn't get like better stats than that, but he had a decent game. Don't love him, but he looked better than he has the past couple. Willie Cauley-Stein had a big game last night, though. Yeah, put up 42. I feel like he could be kind of popular tonight just because he played well last night. I don't see him getting 31 minutes very often at all, but he looked good. He was shooting the ball really well, and he was making plays happen. So if you like Cauley-Stein, 4,200 is not a bad price for him. Evan Turner's okay. George Hill wouldn't go there. Really, that's what I've got in this game. So not a whole lot that I mean, this slate I'm not loving. I don't love a whole lot of guys, but got these three guys over here. I'm going to go ahead and add Fournier in. I think he's in a good spot. It's cheap. I don't love against Utah, but Utah's been playing a little faster, been scoring a little more, so I think he's okay. And then I'll probably just throw in Joe Ingles because those are probably the guys I'm going to go with. But my favorites for sure, Dennis Schroeder, definitely love. He's going to be good tonight, I think. Tyreek Evans, got to play him. Mario Chalmers pretty much have to play him too. I think Marc Gasol's in a good spot too, so I like Gasol quite a bit as well. Like Fournier, not in love with him, but I think he's in a good matchup. Same with Joe Ingles. I like him. He should be getting quite a few minutes with Rubio out if Rubio is out. So that's pretty much what I've got for tonight, guys. Don't love this slate, but I think there's quite a few ways you can go. Hopefully we can get back to winning. Have a good night tonight, everybody. Win a lot of money. Set your lineups, make them perfect. Okay, I'll catch you guys later. Hopefully an NFL video.